Hello everyone, Father Norm Douglas, and I'm actually having this video go out to all of you folks 1 week before Thanksgiving, which means there's only 7 days till Thanksgiving for shopping. You probably know we obviously identify that much more with Christmas. And in fact, a lot of folks will say about Thanksgiving, it's so wonderful because there's not a focus on gifts. There's not a focus on all the stuff you have to do to get prepared for Christmas. The main thing, bringing together loved ones and having a wonderful meal together. And so we pray that for everybody. Also, a number of years ago, in terms of the commercial side of business, a lot of these stores that are physical stores now, they started Black Friday, which the day after Thanksgiving, which actually meant that they needed to get the kind of sales to put them in the black for the year. Then, after a few years of that, the tech giants got a hold and made Cyber Monday. And that's when so many of us can go online and find all kind of discounts. Then, and I think this is real important, after all of that, focusing what we're going to spend, hopefully generously and lovingly, but the next day became We Give. We Give Tuesday, the day after the Cyber Day. And that was the emphasize, hey folks, yeah, we're giving, we're doing kind of things, but what about the not-for-profit organizations? What about the self-help organizations out there? How can we be mindful of them and also be generous in giving there? Because that's also probably the fundamental part of the Thanksgiving, Christmas holiday, is to be mindful not only of our own immediate loved ones, but a lot of folks in need for whatever particular reason. Well, that's a long-winded statement to tell you that this We Give Tuesday in the Catholic community in our diocese, we speak of it as We Give Catholic. We certainly encourage people to give in any number of directions they choose, but to recognize that the Catholic Christian community also does a lot of outreach for folks and in many ways that make a difference for people who maybe that same difference wouldn't be made if the Catholic community wasn't reaching out. Again, that We Give Catholic is what we're calling it, and we've done this for a few years, and each area around our diocese puts a particular focus. We've had focus on previous years in terms of outreach, evangelization, touching different people who are poor, and we want to be generous. This year, it may not sound like such a spiritual thing, but it really is. This year, the We Give Catholic, and you're going to hear more tied in with this video on how you can give that way, that two things. One, we're going to spend money, which we need, on our boilers for the school and for the family center. And is that a spiritual issue? Well, yes. Structures are important. Those structures that we have and the heating issue is an issue. Need to be up to date as much as possible so that the school kids can be in a good, safe school, and the family center can have both school kids there and also other family activities and can be utilized so that they just doesn't over a long time gone, get destroyed and not being able to be a vital place for people to be in. So some of the money is going to that, and there's a value in that. It's keeping the legacy of St. Vincent de Paul Parish and School going forth. This parish, the school, was first founded back in the late 1800s and has continued on since then because it's been vital, it's been renovated, it's been kept up to date so students can go here today for all across our great area. Another area that we probably don't think of either is we're raising money, part of this money, for our cemetery. And that too, the renovation there that needs to happen, the updating. Our cemetery, people don't realize it, go back to before the Civil War. And so we've had veterans there. In fact, we saw the various tombstones going back from veterans who had died in the Civil War are buried there, in the Spanish-American War, in the First World War, in the Second World War, in the Korean War, and in the Vietnam War. Veterans there along with other people. And we know for a while that was somewhat neglected. It's right there on West Market Street by where Merriman Road comes in. And we saw a couple of years ago, gosh, it needed more attention in terms of upkeep. Upkeep in terms of the retaining wall, upkeep in terms of what we were doing just to make the cemetery be a beautiful presence of nature and a reminder of all those many people who were buried there, that they're not forgotten. And also update in order that people can go in there and find right in the city a reflective place. And I tell people, and this isn't the reason I'm pushing the cemetery, but my own plan from being here, as I know two of the other priests that were pastors here are buried in that cemetery. And I prayed about this and said, you know what? I want to be buried there. Now, that's not the reason I'm saying renovate it so they can have a nice cemetery. Obviously, for all the reasons I outlined. But I really do want to go there feeling part of the tradition and roots of St. Vincent Parish and the many people here and the many people even from beyond here, because our parish extends beyond boundaries to people all over whose loved ones have been buried there, and especially remember the veterans. So these are two campaigns where we're trying to raise money, and both of them, if you can see the angle I'm giving it, they're both spiritual issues because they're about what we do to beautify and make things wonderful for loved ones who've gone before us as we remember them in the communion of saints, and also for our current school, that people going there today can have the kind of school with the kind of upkeep and the kind of environment that helps them to go forward in faith and in growing in their education. Thanks for listening to this non-paid, non-political commercial announcement. I hope you can give in some way and see it really is doing God's work.